Hello, callers. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Bernardo Silva, as Bernardo Silva have told Pep Guardiola that he wants to leave Manchester City for Barcelona. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about this other report claiming that Barca are convinced that 60 million euro level will be finalized by next week. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It appears that the Bernardo Silva transfer saga will be taking the center stage at Barcelona. After all, the 28-year-old attacking midfielder is Xavi Hernandez's priority target, and that the club are prepared to make serious efforts to sign him. However, Manchester City have made it clear that they do not intend to let their star playmaker leave this summer and will not negotiate his sale. Despite that, the Blaugrana had sent in a formal offer for Silva over the past weekend, which was knocked back by Premier League and European champions Manchester City. Now, though, there appears to have been left significant movements in the saga, with the player deciding to take a stand. Indeed, as per Roger Torello of Mundo Deportivo, Silva has informed Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola that he wants to leave the club in order to join Barcelona this summer. The player had not been intervening in the matters, but having seen Barca make a concrete move for his signing, has now decided to let his stance be known. Silva, as per the report, feels that he has reached the end of his cycle at the Etihad Stadium, having won everything possible with the club in the past 6 years. As such, he feels the time is right for him to pursue his childhood dream of playing for Barca and has informed Guardiola of the same. It is further claimed that the Portuguese international and his partner are fascinated by the city of Barcelona and that the player feels that this might be his last chance of securing a move to the Catalan club and realizing his dream. Guardiola, for his part, had claimed last year that the club will not stand in the way of the player if he asks to leave and if a suitable offer comes along. With Silva now reportedly making his intentions clear, it will now be up to the two clubs to negotiate and finalize an agreement that works out for all parties involved, which will be easier said than done. Easier said than done indeed. Of course, Bernardo Silva looks closer to joining Barca from the way things are going because Barcelona made an offer, but they saw their offer rejected by City. Pep Guardiola is not happy about this because even though he said any player that wants to leave, he won't stand on his way, but Pep Guardiola said recently that he really wants Bernardo Silva to stay no matter what. He's very important player to them. And now that the player have come out to take a stand that he wants to leave for Barca, it will definitely make matters somehow complicated. Of course, Barcelona will be happy that the player is also engineering a move. Xavi is a huge admirer from day one, as we all know. Barcelona are damn serious about this move. From all indication, we can see that Barca are putting their all to see that this move goes through. And despite the financial struggles that the club are currently going through, they are still hopeful that a switch for Bernardo Silva can be possible. After Ousmane Dembele's crazy surprise moving to PSG, Barcelona now see the need more for moving for Bernardo Silva, which looks so complicated. He's rated at 70 million, and that is what PSG and Manchester City want. But Barca, their first offer was worth lower than that 70. We don't expect Barca to make an offer for the first time for 70, especially at this stage of their economic situation. And of course, which makes it very, very easier said than done. It's not going to be easy for Barca to sign Bernardo but Barcelona continue to do things as if they know that it is still possible despite their financial constraint. Of course, we know that Bernardo Silva, if he joins the club, he is going to make a massive difference. There's no doubt about that. But sometimes I always ask myself, if we're going for Bernardo Silva, we'll start talking about maybe there's no right back coming, because it is very much unlikely that if Barca successfully go for Bernardo Silva, Cancelo will come. It will be very much unlikely, you know, because we know that a right back is also a position that we need to strengthen. And sometimes it baffles me how Barca will still be going for another attacking midfielder when they have not even strengthened the right back position. So it remains to be seen how this transfer window will end, like, because as it stands right now, there are a lot of unpredictabilities. Things just happen. The other day we spoke about Neymar Jr. links. If Bernardo Silva's move is complicated, Barca are prepared to go to Neymar to sign him and stuff like that. So it looks so complicated as Barcelona are still undecided on many things. Bernardo Silva is going to cost us a lot, we know that. Barca's idea is not a loan, but for a permanent purchase, which I think makes the matter more complicated. But for João Cancelo's move, Barca's idea is for a loan move since day one, because they know that they can never afford both players quite easily. So let's see how things will go from here on in. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. In the midst of various market speculations, Barca were contemplating selling a 16% stake in Barca Studio in an effort to bring in fresh money. A German investment fund even showed interest in acquiring the 16% stake in Barca Studio. The transaction was supposed to bring in 60 million euros worth of revenue to the club. However, the transaction came to a sudden halt, effectively striking a blow to Barca's chances of acquiring fresh funds this summer. Despite the halt in negotiations, Barcelona are convinced their last lever will be finalized by next week, according to Diario Sport. The Spanish news publication points out that Barcelona's agreement with the German investment fund was delayed due to interest from another company, but the two parties have now resolved the issue and they are hoping to finalize the agreement in the near future. Once the transaction is completed, Barca are set to receive a financial boost of 60 million euros, though the club may not utilize all of the figure given. Barca are currently in a precarious position in the market as they anticipate the sale of Ousmane Dembele. The club are looking for a new attacker to replace Dembele, along with a new right back and a new midfielder. On top of it, Barca need to register all of those new signings. The Catalans are expecting revenue from the sale of Dembele and Frank is here, but the 60 million euro boost from the sale of Barca Studio could help the club balance the books further. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.